morning, everybody. Happy Easter. Did you open your egg? I did. Mine was so full. It was absolutely overflowing, brimming. I mean, it just spilled everywhere with nothing. My egg was empty. I know yours was too. And that's the exciting part of Easter, because if you recall, we left Jesus. He was not alive. He was in that tomb. But today we learned that he's not there anymore. So I'm going to read from the book of Luke, which is the third book in the New Testament of the Bible. And I'm going to read from chapter 24, verses 1 through 11. At the crack of dawn on Sunday, the women came to the tomb carrying the burial spices they had prepared. They found the entrance road back from the tomb, so they walked in. But once inside, they couldn't find the body of the Master Jesus. They were puzzled, wondering what to make of this. Then out of nowhere, it seemed, two men, light cascading over them, stood there. The women were awestruck and bowed down in worship. The men said, "Why are you looking for the living one in the cemetery? He is not here, but raised up. Remember how he told you when you were still back in Galilee that he had to be handed over to sinners, be killed on a cross, and in 3 days rise up?" Then they remembered Jesus' words. They left the tomb and broke the news of all of this to all of his friends. Isn't that exciting? So here they went to the tomb, and it was empty. Now this is a craft that my Sunday school class made. Whoops, one of my crosses fell. Let's stand that back up. At any rate, they just planted some grass seed on a mound of dirt, and we put a stone to kind of represent the stone for Jesus' cross. And Mary and the other women, when they got to the tomb, it was open. Now, that stone was very heavy, and it was not something that could be moved easily, but there was a light inside, and some men told them, "He's not here. He has risen." So when I was a girl, I had a favorite song, still one of my favorite songs. It's called "He Arose," and parents, you might want to YouTube this song. It's a really fun, boisterous Easter song. Okay, here I go. Death cannot keep his prey, Jesus my Savior, he tore the bars away, Jesus my Lord.
Bum, bum, bum.
Up from the grave he arose, with a mighty triumph for his foes.
He arose a victor from the dark domain, and he lives forever with his saints to reign.
He arose,
He arose,
he arose,
he arose, hallelujah, Christ arose.
Happy Easter, everybody. And if you hang on to video, I believe Miss Kathy has a special project for us to do for Easter. I'm looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
To make resurrection rolls, you'll need marshmallows, regular sized marshmallows, not mini marshmallows, Pillsbury crescent rolls, any variety that you like. You need some skewers or toothpicks. You'll need 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, which we will combine, about 1/4 cup of melted butter. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is unroll our Pillsbury crescent roll dough. We're going to take a marshmallow. The marshmallow represents Jesus, who was without sin, who died on the cross for us. You take a skewer because the soldiers pierced Jesus to check to make sure he was dead on the cross. Before he was buried, they would anoint him in oil, and the butter represents the oil. They would also cover him with burial spices. The cinnamon sugar mixture represents the burial spices. Before they buried him, they put him in a cloth and they covered him up. So we want to make sure we covered him totally. So we're going to wrap up this marshmallow and make sure to seal every spot that of the dough. So you just want to make sure you seal up the dough totally. And we'll put this on our baking sheet. I have a parchment lined baking sheet here. And then Jesus was in the tomb. The tomb is the oven. The oven is set at 350 degrees. He was in the tomb for 3 days. These will bake for 12 to 15 minutes. So let's open one of our resurrection rolls. Here we have this one. And it's empty, just like the empty tomb. As it says, Jesus is not here. He has risen, just as he said he would. Our empty tomb resurrection rolls.